Welcome back, everybody. We are on the Unorthoblocks server again, and the time has arrived to give our little Enderman friend here a permanent place to stay. So I am going to make him a security guard for us. So here we are at the swamp gate, and I've got this small area set aside over here that I believe will make a perfect security guard booth for the Enderman to stand. So let's get started clearing all this out, and then we will add some walls and put our Enderman in. Next up, we're going to get our security guard into place. And this is actually the easiest part of it. I just have to push the little button here and send him off down the rail and into the booth. And picking up on this end, we've extended the track all the way into the guard booth, so I just need to pop the rails off, and then we'll go through here and seal up all the walls to make everything look nice and neat. And last but not least, I will add a security sign to the booth. And now, our guard is in place, and he won't be bothering me anymore. So looking at this entry hall, I definitely see where it needs to be spruced up a bit. I still have that old mushroom farm remnants back there, and the ceiling definitely needs to be fixed. So, with a little bit of video magic, presto changeo, we have a new room. The ceiling has all been covered over with slabs, and on the back wall I've replaced everything with stone brick and some stone brick columns. And then in between some of these columns I put stacks of glowstone for some accent lighting, and hidden those behind the crimson trapdoors so you can actually see the little glowstone behind the red. And then in a few places I've got these weeping vines which should drop down and give a kind of some depth and color into the walls. And then hard to miss is this gigantic carpet here, which is light blue with the cyan trim, and that prevents all the mobs from spawning here. And I also put hidden lighting underneath the carpet there so it really lights the room up and it's not kind of dark and dank. And I don't have to have torches scattered about this way. The cyan and blue colors also match back to the warped blocks I've been using for ceilings and accents on the other buildings around the base. Next up, we are down here by the kelp farm, and we're going to start work on another farm, a bamboo farm, in fact. This is not going to be any huge or monumental build. This is going to be a simple farm so I can harvest bamboo and not need to run around and chop it all down with my sword by hand and try and pick it up. I thought the space here behind the stairway would be just big enough to squeeze in this little compact farm. And so all I need to do is clear all this out, and then we can get started adding in the mechanism. It's a really simple build. So I've cleared out this little area over here. So this is where my bamboo is going to grow and be collected. So it's going to be collected over here in these chests there. Actually, I need to go back one. So it'll be collected there. So we'll have a wall here. And the bamboo will grow on this grass back here. Oh, I'm already messing up. Before that, we need hoppers. So that should run anything, should end up in the chest. So the dirt is going to sit on top of these hoppers. But first, we need to do a trick so that any items that get dumped on top of the dirt will get sucked down into the hoppers. So that trick is going to involve minecarts. So what we need to do is put a minecart on the rail, pop the rail out, so you see it kind of sinks down, so now it's an entity. And then we have this piston, the dirt, and there you have it. So now there we go. So I just need to do that all the way down through here. So there is the setup. The bamboo will go here. And then as it grows, like that, I may not need to, I was going to do an example, but it may grow quick enough that I don't need to worry about it. So it should grow. Once it hits the observers will fire, push the pistons out, which will push the bamboo out, which will be collected by the minecart hopper minecarts into the normal hoppers and into the chest. And maybe it won't. Come on. I was hoping it would, well, here, I'll show you what I mean. Like that. This will not land there because I'm going to put some glass here. But pretend that was a piece of bamboo. That will collect it. It won't collect a lot. It's not going to be a super quick farm, but it'll match with the other farms I got around here. It's just going to be a small little farm produce bamboo. So I finished off the farm by adding a front wall of glass to keep all the bamboo from popping out and sitting on top of the fence here. It still sits on top of the other bamboo, but it rarely does that, and I think I've got enough other bamboo coming in that's going to not bother the production of the bamboo for me. So that finishes that up. I'm going to have to let it run for a while here and see how much bamboo I actually get, but it should be a pretty good number even for such a small farm. Bamboo is almost overpowered in how quickly it grows. You can harvest it and use it for other stuff. So not long ago, I needed a bunch of green dye for a project I was working on. And my solution to farming it was just to drop a bunch of sand down the middle of my storage system here and grow the cactus right in the middle of everything. Very messy and not an ideal situation. So now, while I am on a roll building a bunch of different farms and stuff, I decided it's time to get this mess cleaned up. And we're going to actually move it all the way over there by the kelp and the bamboo farms, and kind of keep all our farms in a nice organized manner. So down the stairs here, we have this area all cleared out, and I've got a tiny little cocoa bean farm just growing over there. And I was going to put a bunch of trees in here, but I thought maybe this wall I have back here would be a good spot to kind of squeeze in this cactus farm. I just need to clear out the space here. It should be at least 8 deep and then probably like 16 to 18 wide. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the width on here. And we'll just dig back and see if we can clear it all out and try and fit it in here. Oh no, okay. Well, this is going to be a slight problem. So we've run into our drop area for the mob farm. I mean, it's not pretty because it's supposed to be behind the scenes, but we definitely cannot move this, and there's definitely not enough room to build the farm that I'm looking for. So what I'm going to need to do is close up all this wall and figure out where I'm going to go. Now that I've got the wall all patched back up, and looking much better than the original if I say so myself, I'm going to go down here and build the cactus farm down the stairs here. I should have plenty of room and not run into anything that's going to stop me. So first off, let's put the collection chest right here. So this is going to be the center of the farm. Next, we're going to dig out 8 blocks in each direction from the chest. And that's just because I'm going to use a water stream to deliver all the cactus drops into the chest for collection. So let me go ahead and get a bunch of stuff cleared out so we can have some room to work, and then I will be back in a second to start building more of the farm. So now that I've cleared out half the farm, my next thing is to make sure the water is going to work. So I need to put a water stream all the way across the back wall, and then we'll see if it will flow forward to drop anything into this stream up front here, which runs right into the chest to deliver off the items. So now that I know the water is the right distance and right where it needs to be, I can just get back to clearing the rest of the stone out of here and opening up the second half of the farm so we can actually start planting the cactus. So I've gone ahead and cleared out all the area we're going to need for the farm. And we can move on to adding in the sand and the cactus and all the other stuff needed to make it fully functional. So to start off, I'm going to put these temporary cobblestone blocks, alternate them around the bottom of this floor of the farm. And then next up on top of those, I'm going to add the actual decorative polished andesite block, which are going to be permanent. And then each of those is going to be topped off with a block of sand. So now that I have a block of sand on each of those andesites, I can start pulling out the cobblestone temporary blocks that are underneath them. And then in between each alternating row, I'm going to add what I'm calling a breaker block. So what this is a block that's going to be up too high, so when the cactus grows up, as soon as it grows up that high, it's going to break off and then fall into the water and be washed down and into the collection chest. So in this case, I'm using fence posts for the breaker block because I think it's a lot neater. And if I used a solid block, there's less room for the cactus to fall down into the water. It'll kick it back, and a lot of times it'll get destroyed on the existing cactus. So the fence post works really nice because it's thin, and the cactus will drop right down into the water and not get stuck on anything. And then the final step to make everything work is to actually put cactus on top of the sand, so something will be able to grow and give us cactus blocks. And then there's just a little bit of cleanup, removing all the different cobblestone temporary blocks I've got out there, and then actually putting a nice glass block front end on everything so you can actually see the farm at work. And that wraps up our cactus farm. Looks really nice, I think. And then checking in the chest here, even after just a tiny bit of time hanging around this area, I've already got almost a stack and a half of blocks collected. So this is really efficient for such a small space. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And in the video description below, I have put links to all of the Unorthoblocks server members. We have a few new ones kicking around, so I'd like to encourage you to go down and check out their videos. And don't forget to check out the videos for some of the current members who are putting out some good content. So until next time, have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.